that being said, I definitely want to hop into your article, the Enqi cycle. Um, you already narrowed down what the motivation behind it. Blacks being, well, melanin people being 200% more likely to catch diabetes and die from it. Um, how long did it take you to actually write the article itself? I know the study was like an 8 to 10 year study, but so far as the time frame of writing the article, how long did it take you?
I want to say probably like 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
I want to say about 3 months, maybe about 3 months. But it was like a solitude 3 months, a condensed time. So it's not like in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like, say it was a post pandemic universe, it would have probably been a lot longer. But I had so much controversy and crazy stuff going on online and social media and in my family and court stuff and all kinds of crazy stuff. It was just like, okay, I need to I need to shut the world out and just lock in over the holidays with my children and just spend, like just family time. And so, I used that time to just hang out with them. We was studying French and, some other stuff and just lock in on like going through the information, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of like organizing, just organizing the information and trying to get it into a space where it's like, okay, boom. And then I had like just Lemony Snicket type shit. I don't know if you ever seen that movie or you heard of that movie. Lemony Snicket. It was like a movie about unfortunate, like bad luck, like just having a chain of bad luck. You know what I'm saying? And so it kind of forced me into a space where I had to dig into the information and apply the information. And that'll kind of be in the documentary. I got a documentary that's going to be out at the end of this next. So we're going to start in June a fast. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm doing every weekend, starting this weekend, actually, up into the summit, which will be in July. So we're going to start another 40-day fast. This is kind of like a victory lap, so it's not going to be as stringent as previous 40-day fast. This was going to be just like some of the basic principles of how to really just change your metabolism and reactivate the pigment system to start shedding sugar and fat and because you this is what's so crazy is that your pigment system is already structured in a way to, like, your body's not supposed to have fat and all that stuff. Like, that's so the moment you start storing up excess fats and sugars and all that, it's already a breakdown in the system, because the system is designed in a way to never let this happen.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So going through and discovering that, and then finding like the internal language, the internal dialogue between the cells, and being able to replicate that and change that and program it almost like a software programmer. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like what came about. But we're gonna do the weekly like boot camps, clinics, clinics up into the summit. I'm just really trying to do everything I can now, because a lot of just to get awareness. So we're gonna do a fast. We're gonna do like everything I can, because there's been a space for a really long time where a lot of people in the holistic and the naturopathic universe, even in the training, exercise, they've been able to have some high levels of success combating type 2 diabetes. You know what I'm saying? But the secret that none of them will share is that none of them have been, like batting 100. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they may get 100 people to come, get help from them for type 2 diabetes, and they'll talk that lifestyle, diet change shit. And, some of them, maybe 20% of the people, they've been able to successfully, make a long-term reversal. And then some people that are really good, they maybe hit some 30%, 40% of their people even, you know what I'm saying? And in that space, a lot of people were getting, like, okay, it's user error. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
not doing something right or something.
Right. If you didn't get the results, it's because you made mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You must have cheated and had a Twinkie. You must have had a Pepsi. You must have blew too many L's. You went to Big Mama house and had mac and cheese, or you didn't do your workout program properly, or you had bad form, or it's just so many different things to put it on the client or the person that's struggling with the illness already as the reason why it didn't work. And I started to really like, you know what I'm saying? Because early on, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning a lot of these different things. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be the guy to figure, like, I don't even want to deal with John Q. Public. I want to deal with the people who've already went somewhere and failed a few times. Like, I want to fix this person, the person that's tried the Atkins or this healer or that healer, and none of that stuff has worked. Okay. Because the first thing I want to do is start to figure out, why isn't it working for you? If it works for 4 out of 10, why isn't it working for the other 6? I'm not interested in the 4. I'm interested in the 6. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the growth is, and the change is, where we can create a system where we can, make global change. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like we making a global impact, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to a few dollars. Most of these niggas just interested in selling you day capsules. You know what I'm saying? Or, I got the CMO, I got this, I got, like, they just want to sell some shit. I want to change this shit forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to go down in the history book. Like, I've been saying it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, the same way Sabi name go right there next to HIV and AIDS. I need my shit to go right there with diabetes. Like, this is the guy that changed the game forever. Like, it was this up until this date, and then after this.
Right.
So I always wanted to study them, and I found some things. You know what I'm saying? I found some crazies. I found so many crazy things. It was like, okay, it's hard to say this is not a conspiracy at some level. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so many things that, but a lot of times it'll look like overwhelmingly like a conspiracy, but if you unpack it, it's a series of sometimes it's a series of oversights and missteps, and you go back, and you really have to go back into the mindset of the time periods, and you go, wait a minute. Okay, here's let me go back to this original work and pull this, like you know what I'm saying? I had to start doing something like, okay, who came up with type 2 diabetes in this modern era? Like, who? Let's go back. When did this? Who's got the seminal work? Like, who's got the definitive work on this? Like, where's that at? You know what I'm saying? Who said this is based on insulin? Let me see that paper and that study where they came up with this insulin idea, and just start. And then you start looking in the papers. You start to see things, a lot of things that are in these papers that you've never heard before. And you're like, oh, okay. So the scientist is doing science work, but the problem is the scientist got the grant money. So he's now got to turn that work over to the business guys. And the business guys are going to look through that work and say, ooh, we can monetize that. And we can't really get any bread off that. Okay. Ooh, this is a big one. Hey, how much that costs? Oh, so we could buy it for 3 cents and sell it for $70. This is it right here. That paper. Write a new paper and just focus on this. Just focus on this. And so 20 years goes by, 50 years goes by. The people that are teaching those protocols, they're making a nice, they're getting rich, and the original work gets buried in obscurity somewhere, and before long, people have no idea what's really going on, because people don't take the initiative to really have any self-discovery or really to learn at that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just interested in surface level information. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People will watch one video about a subject or two videos, and they'd be like, "Oh, I know about that." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you'd be like, "All right, well, explain it to me. You break it down." Like this, like for instance, melanin. Melanin is like such a term that's so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my partner Carly. Now, Carly is white and she lives in Canada. I'm as black as you could get. I'm in Detroit. Now, we're asking our people the same exact questions. Super basic. Have you ever heard of melanin?
Mm-hmm.
If no, cool. We move on to the next question. If yes, what is it? Bro, nobody knows what melanin is. I could not believe that. People just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about black folks, white folks, red folks, yellow folks, young folks, old folks, people that thought they was conscious, people that thought they was woke. They have no idea. I'm asking people with melanin. Oh, you know, it protect you from the sun. That's like the best case answer. Like I got nothing past that. I'm like, oh, okay. How does it do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm asking folks about vitamin D. They're like, oh yeah, vitamin D is made in the skin. I'm like, people have no idea. Vitamin D is not made in your skin. Like that's not how it goes. Skin cells don't make vitamin D. Skin cells, keratinocytes cannot absorb UV radiation. You know what I'm saying? That's like a crazy thing. But textbooks have that. You know what I'm saying? You look at textbooks and diagrams, they show you the skin absorbing sun and then producing vitamin D. And it's like, skin doesn't do that. It's melanocytes that deposit, you know, melanosomes and melanin. The melanin absorbs that. And then, you know, there's a transferal process and then there's cholesterol, et cetera, et cetera. But how are we leaving melanin out of this story right here? And this is one of the reasons why people don't really understand, you know, that melanin, you know, when we're talking about external, you melanin dominant, people that are dark, you know what I'm saying, like me and even you.
Mm-hmm.
Most people think that's what melanin is. Like that's it. So if you're Chris Brown, if you're Drake, or if you're Eminem, you're a white guy, you don't have melanin. So I'm like, okay, see, where I'm thinking that I have to educate people, like I got to start here and educate folks, I'm realizing I got to start way down here because everybody has melanin. If you have a brain, you have melanin. So if it's a melanin conversation, this is for every human on like white, yellow, red, brown, black. If your brain, if your nervous system works, it's because it's loaded with melanin. That's kind of what's in there. You know what I'm saying? So we have.
So you got. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. So you got you got your hue melanin, then you got your pheomelanin, and the hue melanin is the darker, and then the pheomelanin is the yellowish, reddish.
And the star of the show, neuromelanin.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you got your neuromelanin, you got pheomelanin, you got eumelanin, and then you got a host of other pigments. You know what I'm saying? Iodopsin, melanopsin, hemoglobin, cytoglobin, neuroglobin, myoglobin. Like you got like a zillion different, you know what I'm saying, pigments, you know what I'm saying, in the body. So it's like, yeah, it's different.